camera or shotgun? The choice is yours. Join Sunny as she takes you hunting for wild boars. Scores of wild boars frenetically run through the dense forest. A true hunter's dream. And now we will show it to you. We will experience unforgettable hunting adventures. Crossing 4 continents in search of the world's finest hunting grounds, we will travel to Africa and Australia, where wild pigs roam free. We will stalk for trophy boars in Europe, and will take part in hunting batus in Asia. Share the thrill of the furious wild boars encounter with the fearless dogs. Feel the excitement. Feel the danger. Share the adventure. Join the gathering of boars and hunters.
In the episode so far, we got to know the opportunities and challenges offered by the driven hunt during the harsh winter months. So far, we saw the good work of drivers and dogs that was successful thanks to the precise shots of the hunters. Once again, get prepared for the hunting action, numerous shots and wild boars fleeing through the dense shrubs. The several hunting situations and the fallen wild boars so far are just the beginning of the real action that you will see in the remaining half an hour in Boars and Hunters. We will witness a real hunting case of hunters that happen to be in the right place at the right time. We'll be at the hottest spot of the circle made of drivers and dogs, at the place where the running wild boars will try to pass the ambush. Will the hunters succeed in shooting all wild boars passing by their post? You will find out in several minutes. Make yourselves comfortable because the most interesting in Boars and Hunters is yet to come.
The chain machine that the hunters were about to use in order to get to the most inaccessible posts is one unique all-terrain vehicle. Development of the BV-206 all-terrain articulated track carrier began in 1974. 3 batches of trial vehicles were delivered between 1976 and 1978, and the first production examples were delivered to the Swedish Defense Administration in 1980. The BV-206 is designed to carry troops and equipment through snow and boglands in northern Sweden. The low ground pressure enables the BV-206 to cope with a wide range of difficult conditions. It is also fully amphibious with a speed in water of up to 4.7 kilometers per hour. Over 11,000 have been produced, and they are used in more than 37 countries worldwide. The forecast of the weatherman became reality, and the strong snowfall started piling at the mountainous terrain. In these surroundings, it was quite improbable for the dogs to find the boars. The heavy snow was rapidly piling at the fragile branches, and the snow falling from them as its load became too much resulted in continuous noise, and the animals hid in their shelters. In addition to the noise caused by the moist and massive snowy crystals, they are fast to cover and neutralize each trace that leads to the shelter of the boars. There was no way for the dogs to find them unless passing at great proximity by the boars. Later, the snowfall stopped and the animals in the forest started moving around. The hunters got the more accessible posts by the stair. The Jeep had no problems with the snowy road. The ambush, where you are about to witness several interesting situations in a while, is actually the road and the open space next to the opposite hill, and makes it possible to shoot at almost 180 degrees. Because of firearms transition from cold to hot and vice versa, the trigger was frozen, and now the hunter was trying to fix it with the handy materials. Finally, his efforts are rewarded, and the breech block clicks, showing that it is already fit and could produce a shot. As always, the trained sight of the operator is the first to notice the moving animal. But being careful and alert means having a pair of eyes on your back, as people like to say. Hunter's movement attracts the look of the operator. Being a hunter with a camera, you should be able to follow not only what is going on inside the lens, but also everything around you. And at that time, the hunter was aiming at another boar. The result at the time was the following: 3 boars that passed through the ambush and not a single one taken down. It was interesting and very instructive to be able to calmly observe the behavior of the wild inhabitants as they are trying to run away from the distant dogs barking. The pathways and the places through which the animal passes are the most probable escape roads for the boars as well. Remember this, and soon you will see the confirmation of this theory. The result just turned out to be 4-1 for the boars against the hunter. Wrong. 3-2. And the hunter started advancing with the result. We could even say that because of the dimensions of the last fallen boar, the score is even. The boar proved to be huge. Congratulations! We see a very young boar passing by. Maybe it is 1 year old, but it is such a huge distance to it that there is no reason to attempt a shot. The dogs and the drivers are already approaching us, and we expect to see the most significant movement. One boar already appears behind the crest and cautiously goes down the slope on this side. The hunter is aiming at it, but the operator asked him, and he will let it get as close as possible. Based on the experience of the person behind the camera, the boar should even climb to the hunter. The hunter is torn apart between his desire to take the smart boar down on one hand and his curiosity to check whether operator's guess will come true, and he decides to wait for it. The animal behaves like a real trained Marine infantryman that takes advantage of each feature of the terrain, the trees or roots, in order to move unnoticeably. Pay attention to its way. It goes straight along the road where the hind passed half an hour ago. It is possible that the boar used the smell of the fresh trace of the forest inhabitant that passed before it as a confirmation of game pathway's safety. The second shot hit the boar just before it hid in the salvaging shrubs. It is gone. There is one over there.
Da. Da.
How is it? Happy
Happy
holidays. It is like the April Uprising. The drivers are joking with a historical and most bloody uprising in Bulgaria's history. It is not what you are thinking about. I shot it from above at one boar but cannot see it. If you can spot it from above, is it a large or a small boar? It is not very large. What do you mean? While it was going down the gully, I misled it. I shot twice at it and had one boar in the end, so shot at it as well.
Гръмнах му още един път и сега накрая мърдаше, викам, че да не удари горачите нещо и го стрелях още два пъти. Това си е нищо.
Няма да ме дават пари, само ще възснимам. Ами без черно, ти стука цяло. Черно е бе. Дерето беше бе горе.
А? Може бе, може.
It is black and easily visible.
А това отгоре е съвсем... Къде е система? Гледай сега, това черното не мога клюк нагоре.
Georgie, what happened? It has not passed that way. Nothing has passed by.
Младо ли е това?
Да, братчета се и туина.
Soon the dogs and drivers find the wounded boar and drive it downwards in the direction of the hunters. Here it comes. There's a dog behind it. They caught it. The dogs caught it. The boar is not small, and the dogs could get wounded. Thus, we have to act fast. One of the hunters goes to finish it off. The dogs are in great proximity and he cannot shoot.
Давай, давай.
Did it bite you? You don't say. Something was snoring up there. I shot at both of them, but they flew by in a second. I don't know which was the first to shoot out. One of them was going towards you. There is an offspring right behind the tree. I could hear the sound through the forest. Did you see it? It made a circle and disappeared. They said the dogs attacked it. One boar passed and was about to run through the operator. In the conclusion of the nice-driven hunt, we could summarize that the hunter managed to take down 3 of the 4 boars that passed by in the scope of his carbine. Two boars passed through the gully and along the road. I took one down and shot at the other one. There are blood drops, but we didn't find it upwards. It is the same that passed by here, and I took it down with my pistol. Some of the larger animals cannot be collected by the people, and they should be drawn by a winch and a car. The way it was with a large boar that fell down because of the accurate hand of the shooter in the gully below us. The boar weighs over 230 kilograms and has excellent trophy tusks. It is good. It is good. It is excellent. This is one of the wide, nice trophies. Not of the longest ones, but of the massive and the handsome ones. In addition to being a good trophy, the tusks left their traces along the clothing of one of the drivers that got lucky and was left without a scratch after his encounter with the boar during the driven hunt. Did it hook you up? Hell no, the Ukrainian is here. The result of today's driven hunts was present, and there was no need to comment on it. Lady Luck was on the side of the hunters and left them 32 boars, among which there were 5 quite old and large boars. Thus we stood the chance of trophies in the highest golden category. The success of the group was enormous, but the fearless dogs and tireless drivers also contributed to it. This is what the driven hunt looks like during the winter months in Bulgaria.
In today's episode, we saw several exceptional hits that are worth being included in our rubric, The Perfect Shot. The first ranking is the wild boar approaching along the opposite slope. The shooting with leading the target to shorten the distance of 130 meters, and at the same time the descending from a level of 30 degrees to a level below the hunter at full throttle. Both shots at the wild boar were confirmed hits. The first hit is in the back and the second is in the area of the vital organs around the shoulder. Real master shooting that is worth being included in the ranking The Perfect Shot. In the next episode of Boars and Hunters, we will embark on the driven hunt for wild boars during the autumn in the unbelievable forests of Stara Planina. We will have several guest hunters from Denmark. We will participate with the drivers on the front line in the collisions and close encounters with the boars hunted down by the hunting dogs. We will see many precise shots. Will the drivers cope with the harsh terrain and the trees that have fallen down after the storm, and be able to chase the large packs hiding in the bushes towards the ambush prepared for them by the hunters? Drivers and dogs will be one in a dynamic chase of the elusive wild boars. Will the hunters be able to cope with the sounders coming from all sides? Will their competitors from Bulgaria be precise enough in order to rank in the competition for the perfect shot? Don't miss the master shooting from close and remote distances at the frenetically running wild boars. Join us next time for the dizzy competition between the wild boars, dogs and drivers.